Welcome back to another session of Python tutorial. We have conducted 3 sessions on list and it would be final session for list in Python. In this tutorial, we will be discussing list methods. We have already came across a few list methods such as sort, append, and extend. I hope you remember those. In this particular tutorial, we will see a few list methods in detail. Python has a set of built-in methods that you can use on lists. Let us start with append method. Here, we have 2 lists, one is a fruits list and other one is a vegetable list. In fruits list, we have 3 items and in the vegetable list, we have another 3 items. Here, if we want to add an extra item at the end of fruits list, we should use append method. Here what I am doing is that I need to add entire veg list as an item of fruits list and it should occupy at the end of my current fruits list. So here, I am adding veg list as an item of fruits list. Now printing out current fruits list will give us a list of 4 items which includes all fruits and which added veg list as an element at the end. Now, if we need just an item named veg at the end of fruits list, then we can mention the element that we need to add to the list using a double quotes. Which means a string can be added to fruits list simply by mentioning that string inside append method's parentheses. Now an item called veg will be added at the end of fruits list as an end element. So this is how append method works. Now let us move on to another method called clear method. Let us take the same fruits list as an example here, as we know we have 3 items in this list. The clear method will clear all the elements inside the list and give us an empty list. Let us see how does it work. Here I am using clear method for fruits list. See, while printing current fruits list it is giving you an empty list. This is how clear method help clearing all items in a list. Now let us talk something about copy method. We already learned this method. Anyways, let us have a look into that. If we need exact copy of a list, we will use copy method. By using this method, followed by a list which needs to be copied will generate a copy of that list. Here we can take the same fruits list and I am declaring another variable called fruits2 in which I want to store copied result. Now by printing fruits2 will give exact copy of fruits list. This is copy method and it is very useful in Python. Moving on to count method. Count method will return the number of times the value appears in the list. Here we can take the same list and if I need to know the number of times banana appeared in the list, then here I am declaring a variable called x in which I need to store the count. And let us mention the list and followed by that need to mention count method. Inside parenthesis, mention the element whose count you need to know. Let us first check how many times word banana appeared in the list. And the output is 1. Now let us check with an item which is not listed in the list, so try with word kiwi. And what you think the output would be? Definitely, it's a 0. 0 times word kiwi appeared in this list. This is how we can use count method to check whether an item which is included or not in the list. Let us add one more word orange in the fruits list and now check how many times word orange appeared in the list. The output is 2 this time. This is how count method uses. Our next method is extend method. The extend method adds the specified list elements, or any iterable, to the end of the current list. Here we have the same fruits list. And this time I am taking another tuple to add with this list. Here tuple is an iterable. In this tuple, I have mentioned a few names, and if I need to add the entire tuple names with the fruits list, I can use extend method with the fruits list and inside parenthesis mention which list or iterable need to be joined. Now printing out current fruits list will give us a list of all fruits and names. This is a joined list, and this is how we can use extend method to join lists or list with iterable. Next method is index method, and it is very commonly used method too. This method is used when we need to know the position of a specific value in the list. We already know that in the list each element holds a position starting from 0. Here in our fruits list, if I want to know the position of word apple, then first declare a variable in which index value need to store. Then I need to mention the name of list. Followed by that write down index method and inside the parenthesis mention the name of the item whose position you need to know. Printing out the X will give index value 0. In the same way, we can check value of word banana and it will give index value 1. Now think we have two words named banana in the list, then it will give the first occurrence of the specific word. Here it is 1. Now let us check with a word which does not include it in the list. Try with word kiwi and what you think the output would be. Here the output is an error message that the mentioned word kiwi is not in the list. So this is how index method work. Next method is insert method. Using insert method, we can add or insert a new element at any position in the list just by mentioning index value. Here we have a fruits list and we have 4 items in it. Now, if we want to add one more element, go for insert method. Mention the list in which element need to be inserted. Here we need to insert an element to fruits list. Followed by the fruits list, write down the insert method, and inside the parenthesis, we have to mention the index position where we need to place new element and write name of the element need to be placed. Printing out current fruits list will give you a list with new word kiwi inserted in the first position of the fruits list. Now let us see how can we insert word kiwi in the second position of list. This can be done simply by mentioning 2 in the insert method. Now let us learn about pop method. The pop method removes the element at the specified position. So when we need to remove an element from a list, we can use pop method. Here in this list, I have word banana repeated twice, and if I want to remove the second appeared banana, then I can go for pop method. Here note that the word that we need to remove is at the end of the list, so we can just use pop method without mentioning the index. Here printing out current fruits list will give you a list with 3 items. And the last element is now removed from the list. If I want to remove the word banana, which occurred first in the list, then I must specify the index value. Here I mentioned 1 in the method and see the resulted fruits list. Printing out fruits list now will give a list with removed word banana in the first position. Keep in mind that if the element that we need to remove is at the end of list, we can use pop method without mentioning index. On the other hand, if the element is at any other position in the list, then mention it by using index of the element. Moving on, we have another method called remove method. The remove method removes the first occurrence of the element with the specified value. Here in this list, if I need to remove word banana from this list, just use remove method by mentioning word that we need to remove. Here word banana. Here the word need to remove is banana. So mention the list and followed by that write down remove method and inside the parenthesis mention the word banana. Now printing out fruits list will give list without banana in the first position. Remove method will always remove the first occurred element in the list. Next method is reverse method. Reverse method is used when we need to reverse the order of the list. Printing out the current fruits list will give you the list in reverse order. Sort the list alphabetically or numerically, then go for a sort method. Here, I am having a list and I need it to be sorted alphabetically, then mention fruits list and followed by that write down sort. Now printing current fruits list will give you alphabetically sorted fruits list. It is also a very useful method. Now same method can be applied with a numerical list. Let us try this out by changing items to numerical values. See the sorted list output. So this was our final session on list. In the next session, we will be discussing tuples. So guys, thank you for watching. See you in our next session. Happy programming.